Now we come to the next lecture. Having seen the combustion chamber design of petrol engines, now we start with the combustion chamber design of diesel engines. Now we know that the compression ratio mentioned many times earlier of diesel engines can be between 14 and 24. Now there is a limit to reducing the compression ratio below 14, since knocking will increase due to low air temperature in cylinder. The low air temperature, because air temperature rises when you compress it, when you compress the air sufficiently. Here you are compressing the air insufficiently due to a low combustion ratio. That's why the temperature of the air will be relatively cooler, whereby you will have to inject more diesel is injected. You will have to inject more diesel before the first drop starts burning. The burning will start only when the air reaches a certain temperature due to the pressure increase. Also, it will be difficult to start the engine in cold weather. We also know that the thermal efficiency increases with the increase in CR. CR increase means more temperature rise, more pressure rise, more temperature rise. More temperature rise means the thermal efficiency increases to a limit, of course. But we cannot cross the CR of 24. We cannot cross the CR of 24 because, number one reason, higher pressure. The more the CR means, the more higher the pressure. So if it crosses a certain limit, a very, very high pressure, so we will need a stronger design of the engine block and head, and that implies more cost of manufacturing. Secondly, the mechanical efficiency reduces due to increased pressure on engine parts. Naturally, the engine parts will get very hot and the mechanical efficiency reduces, which due to other parts which are in rubbing contact with each other, like the piston with the cylinder, the piston rings, all that are high temperature and the mechanical efficiency will reduce due to this high temperature. This generates extra friction naturally and heat, thereby reducing the mechanical efficiency. Therefore, hence, for slight increase in the thermal efficiency, the mechanical efficiency reduces. This causes overall efficiency to reduce, which we don't want. So, what is the solution to that? Turbulence. We cannot cross the CR of 24. We have to find some alternate means to increase the efficiency. Increasing efficiency means you want the diesel spray and air mixture to burn within the stipulated time. So this is where the concept of turbulence comes in. The main turbulence, the main requirement and factor to be considered for design of combustion chamber is turbulence, for the reasons stated above. Since diesel is not so volatile as compared to petrol, the problem of proper mixing with air to obtain a homogeneous mixture is overcome by creating movement in the air called turbulence. And also by injecting the diesel as a fine spray to assist proper and quick mixing. We want the mixture, the spray of diesel and the air to mix quickly for burning. If assume, let us have a look at this statement demonstrated by a figure. If assume, this is the figure, this is the top view, this is the front view, this is the injector, spray. This is the piston below, this is cylinder, the injector is on top, and from the top view, here is the injector, and this is one spray. So this is air turbulence is shown by the arrow, air turbulence. We desire this. If assume one spray as shown in the figure, this is one spray only. This is front view, this is top view, then air turbulence, this air turbulence should make at least one circle. It will have to carry a full circle, at least one circle, so as to carry the diesel particles along and distribute it in the complete combustion chamber for proper mixture. This will have to travel complete 360 degrees nearly. If two sprays of diesel, then the air will have to make at least half rotation, then 180 degrees, 180 degrees. Similarly, if there are four sprays, for four sprays, the air turbulence will have to travel about approximately 1/4 rotation of the area in the combustion chamber. So, for more sprays, if you have more sprays, less turbulence is required. Naturally, this is a outcome of this, or alternatively, or for more turbulence, less number of sprays needed. There is only one spray. You need not have two sprays. This is the quantity of sprays. If you increase the number of holes in the nozzle, you will have to have less turbulence of air and only one spray will be required. Hence, it is for this reason that injectors are designed as multi-holed nozzles. You all must have seen in some workshop or on the roadside, someone will remove the diesel engine and nozzle is serviced every now and then. It's in an enclosed place, so there is no dust. Also, the size of spray particles is controlled by the size of the nozzle orifice. जो मोरी होती है होल्स की, वो कंट्रोल होती है, उसका साइज इंपॉर्टेंट है टू fix the size of the spray particles. The spray should not reach the cylinder walls. Cylinder walls are relatively cool because there is water and coolant is circulating around the engine, and the cylinder walls are always relatively cooler. This will come ahead also. So we don't desire that the diesel spray should reach this diesel spray should not reach the cylinder walls. Otherwise, will not burn properly because it is cold there. This is controlled by the injection pressure. So, the injection pressure has to be controlled so that does not reach the cylinder wall, it reaches just short of cylinder wall, and after that the air is there to make the turbulence and swirl it around all over the cylindrical space. So, having understood the need for turbulence of the air, let us now examine further how do we produce this turbulence, which we have decided it is required, no doubt, because we cannot raise the CR beyond 24. Turbulence is required from the start of the compression stroke in fact, to actual combustion. So, there are three ways of producing turbulence. First is at the start of the suction stroke. The second is at the start, suction means when the piston is moving from TDC to BDC. At start of compression stroke, when the piston is moving from BDC to TDC, and during the actual combustion, when the TDC has crossed and after that the combustion starts. Let us examine each one of these three. First one was the suction stroke turbulence. Now this is the figure. This is the cylinder. This is I is the inlet valve, exhaust valve. Naturally, the air will come from the inlet valve, and so the air is coming. This is the big arrow is the flow of the air. Now let us examine it. Now this is the air, this is the cos alpha, this is angle alpha, angle of the inlet valve on the cylinder head, and this is sin alpha. Okay. So the cos alpha component is the one which causes turbulence. The air will revolve around. This will go directly down. The cos alpha, this angle of the inlet valve opening, cos alpha component causes swirl of air or turbulence. Smaller the angle alpha, if this is smaller, what will happen? Cos alpha will increase, sin alpha will reduce. This is what we want. But the more the turbulence. However, there is a limit to lowering this angle alpha, since the size of the inlet port will reduce. Figure B. The size of the inlet port, if you reduce this angle, from this angle alpha reduces to this, the size will naturally, obviously will increase, causing resistance to air, thereby causing a greater resistance to the flow of the air. Right? This problem is overcome by modifying the inlet valve, figure C. Figure C, we modify the inlet valve by placing a mask. It's coming here, and then there's a mask placed here. This is the top view. This is the valve. We place a mask. Can you see this mask? Air comes here and hits this mask and throws the side to create turbulence. This is the top view, and this is the side view. This is the inlet valve. With a mask is nothing but a plate. Air is thereby forced in one direction. See, all the air will go in one direction, causing turbulence, which we want. However, the drawback is the total area available for airflow will reduce, because this is occupying some area, this mask. We don't want any obstruction to the flow of air, thereby increasing the resistance to airflow. This will increase the resistance to airflow for the reason I mentioned. Turbulence is therefore less and not suitable for modern day high-speed engines. So this has become redundant. You don't find this system. It was introduced, I think, in the 70s and 80s. It's no longer available in modern day high-speed engines. So, having examined the first, which is not good, let us come to the second one. The second one is the compression stroke turbulence. Compression stroke, when the piston is moving from BDC to the TDC. Here, the piston head is modified. The piston head, this is the cylinder, inlet valve, exhaust valve. The piston head में एक cavity दे देते हैं. Why? We'll read. During compression, most of the air rushes to the cavity radially. All this air which is coming from the inlet valve is rushing to the cavity. It will rush towards cavity radially from all directions, and the injector sprays also diesel inside the center of the cavity. The most of the air rushes to the cavity radially, and during this time, and as the air rushes, the diesel is injected. The air is rushing in. उस टाइम पे इंजेक्टर डीजल स्प्रे कर देता है, causing turbulence and mixing of the air. Turbulence and mixing of the air. It does the function of mixing of air also. Naturally, it will mix since it's hitting it. Mixing of air and diesel. Mixing of air and diesel. So, what are the various cavity designs which were tried by various manufacturers, this is a piston, this is one cavity, two cavities. Two cavities, you cannot have more than two because of restriction of space. This is another design. These are the two designs which were used by the automobile manufacturers, engine manufacturers, as shown. However, the resistance to airflow due to the cavity designs are in Comet, this is Comet. Have a look at this figure. This is the piston, this is the cylinder. You have a separate combustion chamber in Comet vehicle. Here it is, the injector is here. This is not in the main cylinder, it's external, attached to it but separate. Here the air injected is in this separate combustion chamber, which is of course linked through a passage to the main cylinder. In Comet, a separate combustion chamber in cylinder head as shown, which I explained. Air rushes to the combustion chamber and swirls inside. इसके अंदर swirl करता है inside. When then diesel is injected. When it's swirling, same as this, but the design is different. Injects the diesel. However, there is resistance to airflow due to the passage. Now this passage, which is connected from the combustion chamber to the main cylinder, this passage causes the resistance to flow of the air. So more work has to be done for compression. So naturally, since there is restriction, we'll have to do more work, and the compression stroke will take up the extra load on the compression stroke. Now, what are the advantages of this? The advantage is the initial pressure is in the combustion chamber and not in the main cylinder, so the smoother engine operation. The engine runs more smoothly. Naturally, the knocking intensity is also less, and another big advantage is that bigger valves can be used for, especially the inlet valve, to induct more compressed air into the engine. So the advantages, the disadvantages due to space, we will cover in the next lecture 17B and see after that. Thank you.